Okay, so let's bring our feet together and then just think about that connection. So you've got inner thigh connection, you've got glute connection. You're going to pull your hip bones together and really pull on those lower abdominals and pull up through your pelvic floor. You're going to pull through that center line, so think about your waist pulling in, your belly button to your spine. You're going to keep your rib cage down and then just let your shoulders sit up and then relax to the back of the spine. Let's turn our toes out and turn our heels out. So this morning is a slow workout. It's going to be releasing our shoulders, our neck, our lower back and our pelvis. It's going to be much slower than we normally would do. Okay, so what I want you to think about first is your breath. So I'd like you to take a lovely big deep breath in through your nose and then a really good deep breath out through your mouth. Now do that breath again. As you breathe in, nothing. As you breathe out, I want you to just connect your belly button to your spine a little bit more and brace your core. So breathe in and hold, and then breathe out, but just pull up a little bit stronger. So you're stronger rather than sucking everything in. We'll do that one more time. So breathe in, not letting go, but as you breathe out, you just pull everything a little bit tighter. Somebody else just coming in. Okay. All right, so we've got that breath. Now I'm going to get you to put your hand on your tummy and hands on the lower back. I'd like you to just soften your knees a little bit. Now we're going to tilt our pelvis forward, all the way forward that you can go, and then tilt it back all the way you can go. I'd like you to keep your shoulders still as much as you can. Now we're just obviously trying to release our lumbar spine initially. I think point A for your pelvis forward and think point B for point C for your pelvis back. So let's go forward to A and then go back to C. We'll do one more, coming all the way and then all the way back. Now find the middle, so find that point B. So it's not forward, it's not back, it's dead center, and then pull up through your thighs. Let's try again. Tuck the pelvis so the legs are straighter. Point A, and then push back to point C, and then straighten into point B. So you should have a nice alignment through your spine. Okay, with all that, let's start moving. We're going to nod our chin down first. So look down to the floor and then look up towards the screen. Tilt your head and look up to the ceiling. Let the jaw relax and come back to look forward. Turn your head to the right and then come back and look to your left. We're going to do that again. So looking down, take a lovely breath in here. Remember, as you breathe out, just connect and then look up to the ceiling. Breathe in and breathe out to come back. Turn your head to look to the right and come back and then look to the left last time. Come back to the center. I'd like you to draw your shoulders up to your ears. Lift up and then let them release down. Lift up and let them just release down. Do that again. So just releasing the tension in our upper back and our shoulders. One more to go. Up and then down. Right hand to the front of the shoulder and do your circle. Keep the ribs together at this stage, so you're not letting your back move at this time. So you're keeping the ribs down. One more to go. Let's change the direction and see how that feels this morning. And remember, everything changes overnight, day to day, hour to hour. So see how it feels. Let's change the arm. We'll come forward and round. And again. We'll go two more of these. Breathe where you want to. I'm not going to tell you really breath-wise now. Let's go back the other way. Use your breath, hopefully to help you relax and hopefully to help you move. One more time. Okay, with that right arm, let's take it up in a big circle now and do the same on the left. See if you can keep your body still. See if you can bring your arm towards your ear rather than your ear to your arm. We'll do that one more time, and again, just work at the level that's right for you and your shoulders. Okay, let's brace the tummy a little bit. Bring the arms forward. Breathe in. Breathe out, open. So you're stronger in your core as you open your arms out. Now our spine is staying still. You're still in your point B for your pelvis. So you're in a neutral point. We're not arching our back. We're working that back of the shoulder. One more time. Breathe in, breathe out. Bend the elbows diagonally. One arm down, one arm high. Again, think about those shoulders squeezing together. So we're going to do some work for the upper back, and then we're going to do some nice releasing. I'm going to work our way through our spine. So this is one more of these. Squeeze the shoulders, make them work. And now let's release them by doing a nice wrap. So bring the arms forward and then open. You can extend if you want to, but you don't have to. So now our pelvis is obviously rolling in and out. So our spine can release. Let's do one more wrap. Last time, breath in and breath out, lean back. Bring your hands to your chest, shoulders are down, rotate. So we're breathing in and breathe out to pull up. So when you breathe out, your diaphragm actually lifts, and it means you can engage your pelvic floor a little bit more. You can engage even more by squeezing your bottom. So again, that will help you connect the pelvic floor and the lower abs. We'll go one more time, and then slightly bigger. Reach back with your right hand. Come back, and the other side. And this is more around the thoracic part of the spine, so the rib cage part of the spine. We'll just do one more only. Last time. Good, now bring your hands down, slide down right to left. And again, thoracic and lower, so we're working our way down. Keeping nice and strong. Keeping the pelvis still. You're still in your point B for your pelvis, still in neutral. Now let's take the right arm over as we go to the left. Switch it over. So making it slightly bigger. Bring the hand that comes down, bring it in front. So if this is too big, keep the hands down. One more time. And then go up and over with your right. Bring your left hand behind you slightly. Look behind you. Not a lot, just a little way. So just getting again into that whole of the spine, really. We'll go one more time. Last time here. And then let's bring the hands down. Hands go down onto your thighs. Bend your knees. Round your back into your cat stretch. Let your head go down. Breathe in. And then breathe out to release into neutral. And then go into that little bit of a dip. Let's do it again. Round up. Strong in your center. And then release into that neutral. And then into your dip. So you do need to have a little bit of connection through your core. If you don't, what tends to happen is you'll just slump in your back, where we want the control. So you want your muscles to do the work, not the bones or the joints. You do that just twice more. You can go as low as you want to with your head. Get as much movement as you can. Last one, up. Bring it back down. Now come to a neutral position. Right hand to the temple. Elbow to the ceiling, look up, and then bring that elbow through to the other elbow. Keep your hips fairly still as you reach up again, and then come back in. So strong through your waistline. Pull your waist in, pull your belly button to your spine. If you feel you can, take the whole arm, lift it up, thread through. Reaching up. And thread through. Let's just do that twice more. So rather than holding it, we're moving. So you're constantly going through the rotation. Last one to come through. Hands on the thighs. Go down if you can to a roll down. Otherwise hold to cat stretch. Breathe in. Bend the knees as much as you want to. Pull your tummy in and then let's rise up. Push down through your feet. Shoulders back. Let's circle the arms. We're going to go down again, so bend the knees, hands on your thighs. Cat stretch once more, so tuck the pelvis under. We'll just do 4 this time. So So remember, the whole point is to release the back throughout the whole of the class. And if we've got a lovely released back, it means you can use your core a little bit stronger. We'll go one more time up, come back down, and then come to a neutral position. Just tuck the pelvis slightly, left hand to the temple, lift up, almost push on that right thigh, and then come back through elbow to elbow. Go again up, and then come back in. So make this a nice fluid move. Be strong around your waistline. Take a breath in as you rise. Breathe out to come back down. Let's extend the arm up if you're happy to go with that. So sometimes it doesn't maybe feel comfortable through your shoulder. Feel that you're raising your arm, but you can look up towards it rather than looking over your shoulder to it. So it's slightly ahead. We'll make this our last one. How's your back feeling? Is it a little bit warmer? Is it a little bit looser? Hands on the thighs. Again, roll down, bend your knees. And just take a little sway right to left, very small. Bend your knees as much as you want to. When you're ready, come back to your center pull-up. Breathe, and then roll back up. Shoulders are going to go back and down. Have your feet wide, bend the knees, and just take the arms side to side, just to release again into that spine. One more time. Okay, we're looking at our pelvis and our hips. So having our feet wide, hands on your hips, bend your knees. Think about that rock forward. So tuck forwards to your point A. Push back into your point C. Come back to point A and then circle round. So you want to find A, round to C. So it's as big as you can make it this morning. Getting right into the lumbar spine. One more, keep your shoulders still. Now let's change direction. So how still can you keep your shoulders? How can you move sort of from the ribs down? Nobody's watching, doesn't matter what you're doing. Okay, we'll go one way, hold it, and then go the other way. Here we go, one more time. Good for the waist. Lovely, now take your feet even wider. If you can, and it depends on your knees, just take a little lunge right to left. Opening the pelvis now internally. And if you feel you can, we're just going to take the hands to the thighs. So you don't have to go down, you don't have to put pressure on your knees, you can stay fairly upright. We're going to go single, single, so single, single, and then just stay. Let's go again, so it's single, and it's single. It's almost like a little double bounce. Do that just twice more. Your spine is long, you're looking up rather than looking down. Last time, single, single, double. Let's hold it here. Take the arm up and stretch just for a moment. Come back and just change over to the other side. Lovely. Come back to the center. Stay wide if you can. Let's wrap. And then open. And again, wrap. And then open. Bring your hands down. Let's bring our feet back in. Take just a small squat. So we just sit back and then press back up. Now squeeze your glutes. So as you come up, really squeeze into the glutes and the pelvic floor. We just go for 2 more. Going to do our leg line next. Bring your right knee forward to a knee raise. So just lift and lower and change sides. So remember, nice and slow, well controlled. So think about using these lower abdominals, about keeping your shoulders still. We'll go one more time. And then we'll do knee circle on the right knee. So just circle away, keep the pelvis still. Come back, so your shoulders are staying still, your upper body stays still. Don't go too big. So sometimes if you think, oh, I really want to get my hips going, you become out of line. So you want the pelvis to stay still today. We'll do one more only each side. Last time to go. A little combination, right leg, bring the knee forward, hold it here. Now foot flex, push. Take the leg back behind you, reach the arms. bring it back in for a knee raise, push. So it's a bit like a very slow cycle. Bring the knee back in. Let's do that twice more if you can. Push and then back. If you need to hold on to the wall or a chair, you're very welcome to. Push and back. So slow cycle here. Bring it back. Let's do knee circle if you can. If you need to put your foot down, that's fine. Change the direction. One more. Good, let's pedal the feet and just work our way through. Let's do the same on the other side. So it's the left leg. We bring the knee up first, hold strong. Push away. Push the leg back. Bring the knee in. Do it again. It's almost like a flowing move, like a very slow cycle. So as you push the leg away, you're using these lower abs. As you take the leg back, you're opening your pelvis and you're squeezing your glutes. Feels like we should do one more. And if you're ready, 2 knee circles go away. Pop the toe down if you need to. And then change direction. Very well done. Bring your feet back. Let's pedal the feet. Just release. Let your hips release as well, because they might go a little bit tight through there. And then let's take our feet wide. Let's do our lunges again. So we're going wide. And again, you don't have to go low. If you're comfortable, both hands on the thigh as you come over. If you're happy to go lower, then you definitely could do. You could even bring your hand to the floor. Keep your spine long. We'll go one more time each way. Let's take a double here. Just a double and a double. And one more time. Don't go too low if you don't want to. Come back to the center. Bring the feet slightly in. Take a big breath in. And breathe it out. Let's bring our feet back to neutral. Finally, let's circle the arm forward and look back behind you. So our whole upper body is working here. Do that twice more. Last one. We will be changing arms. Come forward and push back. And again. Lovely. You've got 2 to go. Last one. Bring the hands just down. Nod the chin again. Look down. And then look up. Take your right hand on the outside of your head very gently. Bring that ear to the shoulder. Push the left arm away. Thumb up. Don't pull too much. Head goes down. Release your hand, look down to the floor. Come back up. Bring the other hand over and just again, just a little stretch in the neck. Take the arm away if that feels okay. If it's too much, keep the hand in. Turn your head, look down. So you're looking sort of underneath your arm. Roll the chin back down, bring the hand down. Take a breath, take the arms up. Breathe in. We're going to roll down. See how your back is feeling. So go as low as you can, as low as you want to go. Bend the knees if you need. Breathe it in. And then breathe out to come back up. So if that doesn't feel comfortable, bend your knees, do your cat stretch. We've got 2 to go. Breathe it in. And then breathe out to go down. If you can, rotate to your right ankle. Breathe in, come up your right side. Lift the arms up and away once you're standing, and then lean over. Come back, go down again. Breathe as we go. Go to your left ankle if that's okay. Please bend the knees if you need. Breathe and come up. Lift the arms up and away. Go over. And then open both arms and just wrap twice. So quite a long standing section. Hopefully you feel a little bit looser. Let's bring our hands down, bend the knees and just swish the arms. So hopefully everything is unlocked if it was locked up, or it feels a little bit freer. Okay, when you're ready, grab a drink and let's take our mat. Remember you need your ball. Is the sound okay? You're all on mute, all right? Everything's okay? Good, good, thank you. Okay, so I'm going to get my mat down and I will adjust my screen so that you can see me. I I do want to stay quite close to the screen today so that you can sort of see what I'm explaining. So we don't need the ball just yet, but have it near you or your cushion. Make sure you have a drink. And if you're all ready, we're going to stand to the back of the mat. Just going to bring my music thingy down. All right, let's go for it. So stand with your feet about hip width apart. Just going to roll down to the floor. So take a breath, come up. Now breathe in. I don't want you to go down yet. I want you to breathe out and lengthen your spine and draw that strong center. Take it up again. Check that your pelvis is at the moment in neutral, in that B position. If it's not sticking out, make sure it's tucked just gently under. This time, let's go down. So see if you can keep your hips high and bend your body so you're not sitting back too far. If you need to, that's fine, and if you want to, bend your knees. When you're ready, we will come down onto your hands and knees. I'm just going to adjust the screen. So come down to your hands and knees. And let's just take a cat stretch. So round the back. Now, if you don't want to be on your knees, there are quite a few releases on our knees today. So you could do this definitely sitting. Take a breath in. On your breath out, release your back into a neutral position. Go into that reversed position. And then come back to neutral. We're going to wag our tails, so we're going to go from side to side. So this is in a neutral position. Your spine is long, and the movement is coming really from the lumbar spine. If you want, you could put your hand just on your lower back and feel it. Make sure that's where it's coming from. It's not coming from your shoulders. Go one more time each way. Center, and then go up into the cat stretch, head down, and do the same. Wag the tail. Now that is going to come a little bit higher up, so more in that sort of corset area of your spine. Come back to center, come back to neutral. Dip it if you can, and see how that feels now when you wag the tail. And this is definitely lumbar spine. Does that feel okay? If it doesn't, come back to neutral. Last one. Okay, let's come back. Take the knees a little bit wider and reach the arms forward. So if you're sitting, you could just reach the arms here. If you don't want to go back onto your heels, keep your bottom high. Let's take both hands over to the right corner of your mat and stretch that left side as long as you can. Breathe in when you're ready. On your breath out, go over to the other side. Push down into the hands. Reach that right arm long. And breathe in. On your breath out, come back to your center. Let the head come as low as you can. Breathe it in and breathe out. Come back up into a cat stretch. Bring your knees slightly narrower and then come back down to neutral. Now I'm going to get you to do all that we've just done, but with adding a leg raise. So think cat stretch. Think pull your knee and your nose inwards. Breathe in and then breathe out to extend. That's your neutral. And then take it into that little bit of a reverse. So if you're happy to go for that, let's bring the knee in, round your back, scoop the tummy, head towards your knee, push away into neutral, and then go into that reverse. We're only going to do 2 more. Breath in, and breath out, extend to neutral, and dip. You could do this on your elbows, so if your wrists are getting a little bit tired, go down onto your elbows by all means. There's your extension. Now if you bring your right leg, cross it over your left foot and look over your left shoulder. That's you're wagging the tail. This time your tail has gone longer and everything's in my way there, so take it over. Now again, get the movement from the waistband area of your spine rather than just your shoulders and just your hips. We'll just do that one more across and then back, and then bring it back in and have a little rest in child's pose. I'm hoping you're okay on your knees. Come back. If you're not happy on your knees, you could actually do this sort of laying. So you could crunch in, and then you could extend there if you wanted to. And then when we do the over the top, you could do that if you wanted to. So let's do the left side. Extend the leg, knee to nose. So breath in and curl. Breathe out to extend. And then go into that little bit of a dip. So the hands are down, the shoulders are neutral. Extend. 2 more of these. Breath in. Try and feel that you're using your abdominals to control the move and control your core. Last one. Keep the leg nice and straight, hips to neutral, go over. Look over your right shoulder and look over your left. So the movement is definitely coming from your spine, not just from your head, not just from your leg. The movement is working that lower back. One more, that's all. Last one to go. And then come back to the center, bring it in. Sit back in child's pose. Have a little release there. Anytime you can always come back to here. We're going to go on to our fronts now. I'm going to show you the moves first. So again, those of you who did yesterday will know. We're going to start off with a cobra, and we're going to get our elbows out, head down. Now you're going to just lift a little way to begin. Don't need to go any higher, keeping your elbows down. I'll give you a chance to go higher in a moment. So that's number 1 exercise. Number 2, we bend the knees. This is windscreen wiper. So it's just again releasing that lumbar spine. So by the end of it, your back will feel lovely and flexible, hopefully. Now, then we're going to go into scorpion, which is a slightly more progressive move. So we're going to lift the thigh and then lift it up and over. Your shoulders and your head stay fairly still. Okay, so the elbows are definitely down. Should we give that a go? And I'm going to have a little look at you doing it. Let's do our cobra first. So elbows wide, squeeze the shoulders back down the spine, and many of you won't want to lift very high. Pull your tummy and squeeze your bottom, breathe. So breathe out, pull that strong center as you lift up. Just look ahead, so try not to look up, try not to look down, look ahead. Lower down. We'll do one more just like that. So breath in, squeeze your glutes so your back is protected. Looking forwards. And then if and only if you feel you want to, bring your hands slightly closer, and then we can lift up a whole arm. You could lift your pelvis a little way off the floor. I can't, my back doesn't allow me to, but if you're very flexible in your spine, your pelvis may lift. Breathe in and breathe out. So just come up really strong, really controlled. You're not pushing necessarily with your arms, you're working the muscles in your back. Can you just do that twice more, and then I can have a little look how you're doing. Good, so you're looking ahead. Lovely, and come down. One more to go. That's it, shoulders down. Very nice, very good. Bring it back down when you're ready. Okay, when you're happy, bend the knees, 90 degree. Flex your feet, and then just take the knees over one way. Always start the move small, and then that will give you an indication of how that feels in your back. And then if you feel you can, we'll go a little bit bigger. Feels a bit awkward, might not feel too comfortable. We'll go one more time each way. Again, if you put your hands on your lower back, you should feel that's moving. Okay, let's do scorpion. If you don't like scorpion, stay with the windscreen wiper. Our right leg is straight, the left knee is bent, head down, elbows down, breathe in, lift and reach it up and over. Come back down. So again, some of you might say, well, I can't get there. So you might just want to do a little lift. And again, if that doesn't feel right, feel free just to do the windscreen wipers. Some of you might be able to get your toe on the floor. If you can, really well done. We'll do one more time each side, just nice and easy. Here's your very last one. Good. Excellent. Okay, let's come up, hands and knees, and sit back in your child's pose. Cat stretch if you prefer. Just release your back, maybe have a wiggle of your spine. And then the last release we're going to go to is coming up onto your knees. We're actually going to do our hip flexor stretch, which we normally leave till the end. If you're not comfortable anymore on your knees, remember you can come onto your side and pull your knee back a little bit. You're very welcome to do that. If you want to, you could do this, maybe put a cushion under your knee. Let's step forward with your right leg, and you've got a 90 degree and a 90 degree here. Hand on the pelvis, hand on the bottom. Find your point A and find your point C. I just screw my nose out because I can really feel it this morning. So push and push back. Can you feel that one? Yeah, let your hips really push forward. We'll go one more time and we'll hold this on the point A forward. If you want to, lean back a little bit so you're opening that hip even more. And then you could also take the arm up. Okay, and if that's not good balance-wise, then don't worry. Just keep upright. We will come more upright. Bring this hand on the outside of the thigh. Take the other hand behind, so the right hand pushes back. Push against an imaginary wall. And then come back. And then let's just do the other side. So stepping forward on the left. So if you're on the side, change, obviously. Knee at 90. Hand, push A and C. Push forward and put in. So the hip flexor muscles go really deep across into the pelvis, up into the lower back. Obviously attached down here. We'll go one more hold. Again, you might say that's enough. You might think, oh, I could do more. So just lengthen and lean. And then adding the arm, again, just adds more weight so it pulls a little bit more into the stretch. Lean away if you want. And then when you're ready, bring it up first. Bring that hand and then push the other arm back as far around as you can. And then when you're ready, come back. Well done, good work. Have a drink, and then we're going to come to sitting. No more kneeling. Good work, everybody. So probably feels a little bit achy at the moment because we've done quite a lot of work for the back, but hopefully at the end of the class it will feel a little bit more released. Hope you're relaxed. Hope you're enjoying. Okay, no roll downs today. So I'm going to just pop this round. So I'd like you to come onto your mat. I'll explain everything as we go. So have your feet about hip width and then just roll your way to the floor. Bring your feet in quite wide today. Open your chest and take the arms out to a scarecrow position. Just see how your back feels. Have you got a big arch in your back, or does it feel fairly comfortable? Is your pelvis laying in that neutral position? So we're just going to tilt the pelvis forward to your point A. So you should feel your tail is lifted. Come back into your neutral B. And then push the tail back into that C. So that should feel very arched. So obviously we don't really want that. We want to find your neutral B position. Okay, let's just take windscreen wipers here. So the knees just go side to side. We're not holding today. We're moving through the actual motion. Now, depending on how you feel, can you get, I'm going to say the top leg, so the left leg as you go to the right, can you get that as close to the ground as you can? So again, it's going to give you a little bit of a hip release. Just do that one more time. The shoulders are stable, your hips are not stable. Did I say one more? Last one then. Okay, and then I'd like you to bring your feet back in. Now, just a little experiment. Bring your right thigh into your chest. Extend your left leg along your mat. Press the shoulders down. Hug that leg in as much as you can. I'm going to say to you just to hold the core, but not bracing too much, just be aware. I'd like you to bring your left knee in and do that cycle up, down, and to the floor. Breathe in as you pull in. Extend, breathe out. Try and relax your shoulders. Just do that twice more. And the emphasis is more on lengthening the leg away. Check that you're not lifting your back, so you do need a little bit of core strength. Okay, hold it. Let's go the other way. We lift, we bend, and we push away. Breathe in, and then push away. Lengthen that leg as much as you can. Let's do that last one. And then lengthen that leg. Bring the other leg away. And I just want you to compare how each leg feels. So you've just worked on your left. I'm hoping that the pelvis feels a little bit looser and that the toe on that left side can turn out slightly, and maybe around the top of the pelvis feels a little bit flatter. So compare how it feels on your right side, and then let's do the same on the right. So hug the left thigh in, lift and up to the ceiling, and then pull back in and extend. Lift up, breathe in. Now if it feels too much on your back to go low, then you're not going low, you just keep it quite high up. We've been doing this on our Friday stretch class a couple of times, so if you've done that one, you'll be familiar with this. Okay, let's go the other way. Lift to the ceiling, lower down, lengthen. The hip flexor that we've just stretched in our kneeling, this is really predominantly what we're working on. And hopefully this sort of movement will just release it even more. One more time. And then let the leg lengthen and bring the other leg down to match it. And again, hopefully now it feels more released in the pelvis. So the front of the pelvis, how about your toes? Do they turn out more? Does your back feel more comfortable? Hopefully it does. Okay, let's bring our feet in and just hug your knees for now. Now I'm going to get us to use our ball. Because we've done all that releasing of the pelvic floor, yes, a little bit, and the pelvis itself, we're going to use our abs. So I want you to use your abs and be aware that you're not going to be using your back, your spine. So if you've got your ball, pop it under the lower back. And if you don't want to use the ball, if you don't like the ball, you can do this easily on the floor. Again, it's core work, but it's more experimental, so you're thinking about really engaging our center. Okay, the first move we're going to do, I'm going to keep my left on the floor actually, and then I'm just going to take my knee open to the side. I'm trying to keep this left knee absolutely still, so yet more pelvic opening. We'll be so loose in the pelvis. Again, if we loosen off the pelvis, it loosens off the lumbar spine. So let's just do that together. Bring your right knee to tabletop. Try and think about keeping that left knee still, and then open. So just do two. So keep your hip bones square to the ceiling. On the floor it would be easier because you haven't got the rolling of the ball. Change sides, so we bring it up. Go again, out. Now as you take the legs out, you are engaging your lower abdominals. Good. We'll just do one more thing. So with the right leg, I just want you to take it back to tabletop and do a leg slide and push your heel away. Bring it back to tabletop and push away. Bring it back in, change sides. So we're actually going to do this with both legs in a tabletop position. I just want you to feel comfortable with your moves. And bring it back in. So now we're obviously going to work a little bit stronger in your core. So brace the tummy. Right knee comes to your tabletop. A little bit stronger to lift your left knee to tabletop. Right leg does that knee drop. Keep your left knee still. So go out to the side. Come back in. Can you do right leg extend? Do that again. So brace the tummy, breathe. So hopefully you haven't got tension in your spine. Hopefully you've got the strength and the more of the tension in your abdominals here. Do two more. Remember it's slow. Can you balance? If you want to take your hand up, you could. That way you know definitely you're using your core. Last one. Good. Bring it back and change sides. So I've got my right hand on my knee. The knee goes out to the side. Come back and extend. And again, if you do feel it, you might feel one side is much easier to balance than the other. And that's absolutely right. So we're never the same both sides. And if you want to take that arm up, you could. So it gives you a little bit more focus. One more to go. And extend. Lovely. Keep your knees to tabletop. Right leg goes away. Push it away. And then pull it back in. Breathe in. Push away. Now I'm going to get you to take your right leg away and hold it there. Take your left leg to meet it. Hold it there. Hold it. Bring your right knee in. How are the abdominals? Are they starting to work? Left knee comes in. Let's go left leg. So strong. Don't hold it in the back. Hold it in the front of the body. Come back. Now if that's too much, just do one leg. Right leg again. If you want to take the arms up, you can. Extend, hold. Right leg comes back in. And left leg comes back in. Left leg, are you ready? Last time. Push. And push. Hold. Come back in. Come back in. Take the leg straight up. Flex your feet. Right leg goes down. Left leg stays absolutely upright. Come back up. Change sides. Breathe in. Breathe out. Try not to bring this leg in. You want the 90 degree. If it's too much, keep to tabletop. That's absolutely fine. So right leg goes down. Again, your arms can raise if you want to. Breathe. You can go opposite arm, opposite leg. How are we doing? Can you do a couple more? So as you lower the leg, you're bracing that center. You're using these lower abdominals as much as you can. Now bring your hands down, take them wide, bend the knees. Bicycle reverse. So we're going to actually push along the floor, lift up to the top, bring it back in. Left leg, push up. So can you keep your knees at tabletop? So don't let it come close to you. And then if you want to again, take the arms away. So that if you take the arms, you've got to work a little bit stronger down the side of the body. Can you touch the toe down onto your mat? Pull back up. We'll do just two more, promise you. One more each side if you can. How's the core now? Is it working a little bit? Notice your back though. Is it okay? Okay, let's take the hands down. Take that right leg away. Take the left leg. We're going to hold. Arms if you can. Hold it here. We've got 8, 7. Can breathe. Don't hold the stress in your spine. Hold it in your tummy as you do. 3, 2, 1. Bring your knees in. Bring your hands in. Well done, everybody. Okay, let's hug your left thigh to your chest and extend your right leg. Just release those hip flexors again. You can do this off the ball if you don't want to be on the ball. So hopefully you didn't feel that you were tensing your spine. You were definitely working more in the front of the body. Let me know if you felt that. Let's come in and change legs. Extend. So you can feel that your pelvis has worked a little bit through that last little section. Okay, when you're ready, we'll bring the left foot to the floor. Bring your right ankle there. Hug that leg in. Just going to change our music over a little bit. So getting a little bit of stretch in your hip, in your glutes, here in your outer hip. And then let's bring that foot down and change sides. So yeah, slightly different feel to the class. More of that mobility, release, flexibility, slightly relaxing. We've worked hard the last few weeks, haven't we? Okay, bring the feet down. Now you can stay on the ball for hamstring stretch, or you can come off the ball. You can grab your band if you like. I'm just going to hold my leg up and hold behind my calf or my thigh. So do what feels right for you. See if you can relax your shoulders as much as possible. Okay, we're going to bend the knee, bring the heel towards your bottom, breathe in. On your breath out, just extend that leg up. Do that again, bend in, breathe in. And then breathe out to extend again. Keep your pelvis heavy on the ball or on the floor. One more time, pull in. And then extend, and we'll hold this one. So maybe you can hold a little bit closer, maybe you can reach a little bit higher up towards your ankle. You could gently pull on the band. Can you flex your foot and point your toes? So you'll feel that in the calf and the back of the knee. Flex and point. Do it one more time. Just flex and point. Now flex and hold. Stay here if you want. If you're happy to, curl your head and your chest up. And just get a really good stretch right down the back of the leg into that sciatic area. And then let's release and bring the knee down. Change sides. Change the band if you're using it. Holding behind the thigh or the calf and extending that leg. Again, you might find you can't reach maybe so high. So if you've got your band, use your band, or behind the thigh is fine. And again, you'll notice one side is easier than the other to do. Okay, let's bend the knee, drop the heel down, breathe in. And breathe out, extend. Do that again, pull in and extend. One more time, and each time you extend, can you extend a little bit further without yanking, without overstretching? Okay, let's flex your foot and point the toe. Flex your foot and point the toe. And if you need to do that with your knee slightly bent, that's absolutely fine. Okay, flex and hold, and then let's lift the head and the chest up and just draw the leg in as close as you want to. You might not want to do this lifting, that's absolutely fine. Take another breath when you're ready. On the breath out, let your head release, and then release the leg, bring your feet down. Okay, let's come off the ball and just notice how your spine feels. Does it feel very flat on the floor? Just let your knees roll and just release the tension that could have built up. Okay, let's bring your knees into your chest. We're going to hold each knee, and then independently the knees are going to circle in their sockets. So you can do the same direction or the opposite direction. Okay, let's change the direction over. So just stirring the top of your thigh bone within your hip socket itself. One more time. Good, let's bring our feet down. And we're going to do a shoulder bridge today. So we're going to tuck the pelvis under. We didn't do it yesterday. Chest is open. Press down into your feet. Take a breath. And then roll yourself just nice and easy up. And this is, think about this as mobility. Yes, you're going to squeeze your bottom. Yes, you're going to pull in through that lumbar spine. Brace your core. Pull your tummy in. Let's raise the arms up as far back as you can. Doesn't matter if you don't reach the floor. Breathing in. Now on your breath out, come down on your right side. So just let your right hip drop, let your right shoulder come down. Keep your left hip as high as you can for as long as you can. Roll down through that spine. Bring your arms back over as you bring your pelvis back to neutral. Do that again. Breathe in and then tuck. If you don't like the rolling down the side, just roll through your middle. That's absolutely fine. Let's lift the arms over. Keep the ribs down. Lift your hips a little bit higher if you want, if you can. Let the left hip drop and then roll down on that left side and bring your arms over when you need to. Almost like you're flattening out, you're ironing out your side of the body. When you're down, bring your pelvis to neutral and bring your arms back down. Well done. Okay, I'm going to get you to just lay on your side, and this is more for our shoulder mobility. So for those of you who don't want to lay on your side, we're going to do open doors. So you can just take one arm out each way. You're very welcome to do that. If you're comfortable to just come over. If you've got a cushion, you might want to pop the cushion under your head. This underneath arm is in line with your shoulder and your head is down. So that's why you might need a big cushion. Okay, starting slow, we're going to do bow and arrow. We're going to reach this top hand forward so the heel of the hand passes the fingertips of the underneath hand. When you're ready, pull strong through your center, breathe in. On the breath out, just pull back into that bow and arrow, bend the elbow. See how far you can go. And I'm going to hold you here. I just want you to check how far you can get your elbow down. Are your knees still together and is your bottom knee still on the mat? I would like it to be if you can make that happen. Breathe in. Breathe out to bring the arm back. See how that feels again when we do it once more. So breath in and then breathe out. So at the moment we're looking at the mobility of the spine and a little bit into the shoulder and the chest. Good. Come back. This time, if you're happy to, we're going to take the whole arm. So stretch forward, breathe in. Lift the arm up to the ceiling. Go as far as you can, back as far as you can. Try and keep your knees together. Try and keep your knees to the floor. Can you touch the floor with your fingertips? Can you touch the floor with the shoulder and the elbow? Breathe in, connect through your center. Breathe out to come back. Bring your hands back together. We'll do one more time. Stretch forward. Come back. Breathe. Lift up. Over you go. You might find you get a few little cracks in the spine. As long as it's not painful, it shouldn't be any harm at all. It's releasing your spine. When you're ready, breathe. Bring the arm back over. You just got to listen to your body and know how far you want to go. From here, we're going to come up to sitting. If you would sit in a mermaid position, if that's not good for you, bring your legs forward. Take our right arm down. Take the left arm and stretch over. Reach as far as you can. Watch that you don't bring that shoulder up. Let's go over to the other side, and that might not feel so comfortable, but maybe today it feels a little bit better than it usually does. Come back down. If you're happy to go again, lift the hips. You don't have to. Come up and stretch. Bend the body. Breathe in. Now we're rotating on the breath out, reaching on your diagonal. Come back to where you've been. Come back down. Stretch the other way, over the top. One more time, one more add-on. Bring the hand down. Lift up if you're comfortable with that. Up and over. Rotate forwards. Breathe in. Breathe out, lift up, rotate upwards, open the chest, push into your left hip. Come back to neutral, bring it down, go over the other side, lift up and over, and bring it back. Well done. We need to do the other side. So laying on your side, and we'll do our open doors. So again, you can lay on your back if that's better for you. Bring your underarm forward so it's in line with your shoulders. You don't want to be up by your ear, you don't want to be down by your waist. Head down, slide forward, stretch as far as you can. Almost turn your nose to your mat. Bend the elbow for bow and arrow to begin. Bring the arm across the shoulders. Elbow, how far can you go? Have a little note. Can you get the elbow down on this side? Are your knees still together on this side? Breathe in and breathe out. How does it compare with the other side? Let's go again. So reach forward, turn, breathe in. On your breath out, come back. Bow and arrow still. Maybe this time you can go further. Come back in. And then we'll take the whole arm this time around. Just the two, remember. So you're lifting high as you can. Push down almost with that arm that's on the floor. Keep your knees glued together. Open the chest. Breathe in. On your breath out, lift the arm. Bring the hands back. Reach for the final time. And lift up. So each time you do it, hopefully you can feel that you can go a little bit further, stretch a little bit deeper. Let your shoulder really sink down. Take a breath and then come back over. Bring your palms back together. When you're ready, let's come to a mermaid seated position here again, and obviously we're on our other side, on our left side. Shoulders are back, bring the hand down, lift up and stretch, push that shoulder away from the ear, reach away, come back and do over to the other side, and then when you're ready, bring the hand down, and if it's okay for you to lift up onto your knees, then let's come up. Remember, you don't have to. Push into this right hip. Let's again add on that little bit of a rotation around. Breathe in to come back. Breathe out to come back down and over. One more time, one more add. Shoulders down, lift up, lift as high as you can, and then over the top. Push the hip forward. Rotate the upper body, the hips don't move. Come back and then look up. Open the chest. You can reach the hand high and keep it low. Come back to neutral. Bring your bottom down and reach over. Well done. Okay, let's bring the hands back down. Okay, round yourself into a cross-leg position. If you're comfortable with that, let's just cross the hands and then round ourselves forward into that lovely upper back, lower back stretch, like a cat stretch. Let your head go really low today. Come back up from there. Have a look and change the arms, change the legs, and come forward again. Breathe it in and breathe out. So obviously this is a different style this morning. Hopefully you've enjoyed it, just for as a little change. Breathe in and breathe out to come back up. Let's take our hands behind and bring your feet forward about hip width apart. Squeeze the shoulders together. Now we're going to roll our knees from side to side like we did on the floor. And again, if you have a look, we're going to take the hands and we're going to look behind you. So we've done that in class before. You lift up the one hip and you roll on the other. And you will walk forward a little bit on your mat. So again, we're just trying to release the spine, release your hips and your pelvis. Can you go a little bit further around this time without throwing? Just twist. Here's our last one. otherwise you'll run out of mat. Come back to the center. Lovely. Okay, sit comfortably, whether that's cross-legged or legs in front. Let's take a lovely breath. Take our arms out to the side and up. Breathe it in. Breathe out to bring it down. We'll do that again. Breathe in to go up. Think about how long your spine can be. As you bring your arms down, make your spine even longer. Take your hands just on your knees and just nod your chin down. Look down towards the mat. Depends on how you feel. If you want, place your right hand at the back of the head and just encourage. Don't pull, don't yank. Okay, bring your chin back up a little bit and then tilt the head over to the right side. Now again, if you want to, take this left hand, push the left hand away, thumb up. Remember, you're not yanking, you're not pulling, it's more support. Bring the hand back in, head comes center, release. Release the shoulders, do that on the other side. Looking down first. Left hand on the outside of the head and just draw the ear over to your left shoulder. Again, you can take out the right arm and thumb up. And then take the hand to the back of the head and just nod the chin down a little bit more. Stretching the back of the neck. Release the hand on the head, come back to center, lift the head. Just look up, let the jaw release, let your shoulders relax. Lift the chest if you want to. And then release it forwards. Well done. Let's take a couple of circles. I was in my own world there. Breathe in and breathe out. Do that circle one more time, taking it up with a breath in, out with a breath out. Just bring yourself into a wrap, give yourself a hug, and then an open. One more time, breathing in, breathe out. Take the arms up, bring them down, and give yourselves a massive clap. Well done. Thank you very much indeed. Please let me know how you got on and if you enjoyed it today as you did yesterday. Not muted, unmuted yet. You should be unmuted now. Well done. Can I hear you?
Thank you, Lynn. Brilliant.
Thank you. Fantastic, Lynn.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you, Lynn. Thank you.
Thank you. Brilliant.
Thank you. Oh, good. Thank you very much. And everybody enjoyed it. Oh, well done, everybody. Thank you. Great. Thank you very much. We're doing the same sort of thing on Friday, but I will make it obviously a little bit more progressive because it's intermediate. So it won't be just la 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 on Friday. It'll be a bit more challenging. Just in case.
Never mind, that'd be good.